Before you sleep tonight, do not carry the same heavy feeling into tomorrow. Do not let your heart lie down with the same old weight, the same old worry, the same old memory, the same quiet ache that you have been holding all day, or maybe for many days, maybe for many years. This night is not here to punish you with more thinking. This night is not here to make you replay every word, every mistake, every ending, every silence, every moment you wish had gone another way. This night is here to offer you a softer door, a door where you can breathe, a door where you can stop holding everything so tightly, a door where your heart can whisper, "I am tired now. I am ready to rest." Maybe you have been strong for so long that you forgot how heavy strength can become when it has no place to rest. Maybe people look at you and think you are fine because you still answer messages, still do your work, still smile when you need to, still move through the day as if nothing inside you is asking for care. But your heart knows. Your heart knows the quiet weight you carry when the room becomes still. Your heart knows the thoughts that come at night, the feelings that rise when there is no noise to cover them, the memories that sit beside you when the world goes silent. And tonight, you do not have to fight them. You do not have to push them away with fear. You do not have to pretend you are not feeling what you feel. You can meet your heart with love. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep alone cannot fix. It is the tiredness that comes from holding words you never said. It is the tiredness that comes from being brave when you wanted to cry. It is the tiredness that comes from understanding everyone else while no one seemed to understand you. It is the tiredness that comes from carrying hope and hurt in the same heart. And if that is where you are tonight, please know this. You are not weak. You are not too emotional. You are not broken because your heart still feels. You are human. You have loved. You have tried. You have waited. You have forgiven more than people know. You have stayed soft in places where life could have made you hard. And now your heart deserves rest. Tonight, you are not here to solve your whole life before morning. You are not here to understand every reason, fix every problem, or make peace with every painful thing at once. You are only here to give your heart one loving message. You do not have to carry this alone anymore. Let that be enough for this moment. Let it come near you slowly. You do not have to force it. You do not have to believe it perfectly. Just allow the words to sit beside you like a soft light in a dark room. You do not have to carry this alone anymore. Maybe your heart has been holding a name. Maybe it has been holding a memory. Maybe it has been holding a wish that did not come true. Maybe it has been holding the pain of being misunderstood. Maybe it has been holding guilt for something you wish you had done differently. Maybe it has been holding fear about what comes next. Maybe it has been holding love that had nowhere safe to go. And maybe, because you did not know what else to do, you kept carrying it. You carried it into your mornings. You carried it into your work. You carried it into your sleep. You carried it into new days that could have felt lighter. But tonight, gently, without blame, you can begin to lay it down. Not all at once, not by forcing your heart to be ready before it is ready, not by saying the past did not matter, not by pretending something did not hurt. Real release is not harsh. Real release does not shout at the heart and say, "Let go now." Real release sits close to the heart and says, "I see how much you have been holding. I see how tired you are. I am here with you. We can soften now." That is the kind of release we are calling in tonight. A soft release, a kind release, a release that does not rush your healing, but gives your heart permission to breathe. Your heart has done so much for you. It has kept loving even when love felt unsafe. It has kept hoping even after disappointment. It has kept beating through days you did not know how to face. It has carried sadness, joy, fear, faith, memory, longing, and quiet dreams. It has tried to protect you. It has tried to guide you. It has tried to keep you open. And sometimes, when the heart holds too much, it does not need another lesson. It needs tenderness. It needs the gentle feeling of being allowed to rest. It needs to hear, "Thank you for carrying me. You can soften now." So before you sleep tonight, let the day begin to fall away. You may still have questions. Let them wait. You may still have feelings. Let them be held with kindness. You may still have things that are not finished. Let them rest outside the door of this moment. The night does not ask you to be finished. The night only asks you to become still enough to receive peace. You do not have to take the whole past into bed with you. You do not have to hold every person, every word, every fear, every old wound under your pillow. You can breathe. You can release one layer. One small layer is enough for tonight. There is a quiet power in saying, "Not tonight. Not tonight will I keep hurting myself with the same thought. Not tonight will I replay the same story again and again. Not tonight will I hold a conversation in my mind that my heart is too tired to carry. Not tonight will I punish myself for what I did not know then. Not tonight will I make my body stay awake because my mind is afraid to let go. Tonight, I choose peace in the small way I can. Tonight, I choose to be kind to the heart that has been trying so hard. Let your breath become slower now, not perfect, just slower. Let your body hear that it does not need to keep bracing. Let your shoulders know they do not have to hold the whole story. Let your jaw know it can release the words it never said. Let your hands know they can open. Let your chest know it does not have to stay tight around old pain. You are safe in this moment. You are here. You are breathing. And even if the whole world does not feel soft, this breath can be soft. This moment can be soft. this one thought can be soft. Tonight, I allow my heart to soften and rest. Say it gently inside yourself. Tonight, I allow my heart to soften and rest. Not because everything is solved, not because I understand every ending, not because every person gave me the love, apology, care, or truth I needed, but because my heart deserves rest even before everything is perfect. My peace does not have to wait for the whole world to change. My rest does not have to wait for every answer. My healing can begin with one quiet breath, one gentle thought, one loving decision to stop carrying what is too heavy for tonight. Sometimes the heart is afraid to release because it thinks if it lets go, it will lose something important. It may think, if I stop holding this pain, does that mean it did not matter? If I stop thinking about this person, does that mean the love was not real? If I stop replaying what happened, does that mean I am allowing it? If I forgive myself, does that mean I am forgetting the lesson? No, dear heart. Release does not mean the past had no meaning. Release means the past no longer gets to take all of your breath. Release means you can keep the wisdom without keeping the wound open every night. Release means you can honor what happened without letting it become the only story your heart knows. There are memories that ask to be respected, not repeated. There are lessons that ask to be carried as wisdom, not as pain. There are people who touched your life, but they do not need to live in your mind every night. There are moments that shaped you, but they do not need to keep stealing your rest. Tonight, your heart can begin to understand this. I can remember and still release. I can learn and still rest. I can care and still let go. I can love myself enough to stop holding pain as proof that something mattered. The heart often holds on because it wants safety. It wants to make sure the same hurt does not happen again. So it keeps thinking, it keeps watching. It keeps going back to the old place, trying to find the one missing piece that will make everything make sense. But sometimes peace does not come from finding one more answer. Sometimes peace comes from saying, I have looked at this long enough for tonight. I have tried to understand. I have cared. I have felt. And now I give myself permission to rest. That is not giving up. That is caring for your soul. The mind may want to keep working at night, but the heart needs softness. The mind may say, what if I forget? What if I stop being careful? What if letting go makes me unsafe? And the loving voice within you can answer, I can rest and still be wise. I can soften and still have boundaries. I can release pain and still remember what I learned. I do not need fear to protect me tonight. Love can protect me too. let those words come close. I do not need fear to protect me tonight. Love can protect me too. You are allowed to end this day differently from how it began. Even if the day was heavy, the night can be gentle. Even if your thoughts were loud, this moment can become quiet. Even if your heart felt tight for many hours, one soft breath can begin to open it. Do not judge the whole day by its hardest moment. Do not judge your healing by the feelings that returned. A feeling can return and you can still be healing. A memory can rise and you can still be growing. A tear can come and you can still be strong. You are not failing because your heart still speaks. You are learning how to listen with love. Before sleep tonight, imagine your heart as a small room that has been full for too long. So many old things have been placed there. Old words, old fears, old hopes, old pain, old waiting, old blame, old questions. And tonight, you do not need to clean the whole room. You do not need to understand everything in it. Just open one window. Let one breath of peace come in. Let one old weight leave. Let one corner become lighter. That is enough. Healing often begins with one small opening. Maybe the old weight is a worry about tomorrow. Maybe it is the feeling that you are behind in life. Maybe it is the fear that you should be stronger by now. Maybe it is a sadness you keep hiding from people. Maybe it is the memory of someone who made you feel hard to love. Whatever it is, do not throw it away with anger. Hold it gently for a moment. Say, I see you. I know you have been with me. I know you tried to teach me something, but tonight you do not need to sleep inside my heart. Then breathe out. Let it move a little farther away. There is nothing wrong with you for needing release. Even the sky releases the day. Even the trees release leaves when the season changes. Even the body releases breath again and again. Life itself knows how to let go. Holding forever is not the natural way of life. Life moves. Life flows. Life rests. Life begins again. And you are part of life. You are allowed to release. You are allowed to flow. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to begin again. Tonight, I allow my heart to soften and rest. Let this be the first truth of the night. Let it be simple. Let it be gentle. Let it meet you where you are. If you feel peaceful, let it deepen your peace. If you feel sad, let it hold your sadness. If you feel tired, let it give you permission to stop trying so hard. If you feel numb, let it sit beside you without asking you to feel anything before you are ready. The heart does not need pressure tonight. The heart needs permission. Permission to be honest. Permission to be soft. permission to stop carrying what is too heavy, permission to rest. Sometimes the heart holds what the mouth never said. It holds the words you swallowed because the moment did not feel safe. It holds the truth you wanted to speak but kept inside because you did not want to create more pain. It holds the question you never asked because you were afraid of the answer. It holds the apology you never received. It holds the love you gave that was not returned in the way you hoped. It holds the goodbye that never felt complete. It holds the anger you turned into silence. It holds the tears you pushed down because life did not stop long enough for you to cry. And because the heart is loving, it often carries more than it should. It carries the feelings of other people. It carries the pressure to be good, calm, kind, useful, strong, patient, and understanding. It carries the fear of disappointing someone. It carries the pain of being judged. It carries the memory of being left out, left behind, or left alone. It carries the old belief that you must earn love by being easy to love. It carries the heavy idea that if someone else was unhappy, it must have been your fault. My dear, that is a lot for one heart to hold. Maybe your heart has been holding sadness that has no clear name. You may not even know exactly why it is there. It may come at night like a soft shadow. It may rise when you hear a song, see a place, smell something familiar, or remember a time when life felt different. This kind of sadness does not always ask for a reason. Sometimes it only asks to be seen. You do not have to explain every feeling before you are allowed to comfort it. You can say, I do not fully understand this sadness, but I can be kind to it. That is healing. That is love. That is how the heart begins to trust you again. Maybe your heart has been holding disappointment, the kind that comes when something you hoped for did not happen, the kind that comes when someone showed you they could not meet you where you needed to be met, the kind that comes when a dream took longer than you thought, the kind that comes when you tried your best and life still did not look the way you imagined. Disappointment can be quiet, but it can become heavy when we pretend it is not there. Tonight, you can name it gently. This disappointed me. This hurt me. This made me tired. Naming it does not make you negative. Naming it gives the heart room to breathe. Maybe your heart has been holding fear about the future, fear that you will not find the right path, fear that you will always feel this way, fear that time is passing too quickly, fear that love, peace, money, healing, or happiness is far away. Fear can make the night feel longer. It can make the mind search for problems that have not happened. It can make the body feel unsafe even when you are lying still. But tonight, you can speak to fear like a tired child. You do not need to hate it. You do not need to fight it. You can say, I know you are trying to protect me, but we do not need to solve tomorrow right now. Let that be enough. Maybe your heart has been holding love that became painful. Love for someone who is no longer close. Love for someone who changed. Love for someone who could not love you in a peaceful way. Love for a version of life that no longer exists. Love is not always easy to release because love is tender. Even when something hurt, the heart may still remember the soft parts. It may remember what it wanted, what it hoped, what it believed could be. Do not shame yourself for that. A loving heart is not foolish. A loving heart is human. But tonight, you can let your heart know that love does not have to stay tied to pain. Love can become a blessing. Love can become a lesson. Love can become a prayer. Love can become a quiet release. Maybe your heart has been holding regret, the kind that begins with, I should have known, I should have left, I should have spoken, I should have stayed quiet, I should have tried harder, I should have chosen differently. Regret can be very heavy at night because the mind thinks if it repeats the past enough, it can change it. But the past cannot be changed by punishment. The past can only be softened by understanding. You did not know then what you know now. You did not have the same strength then. You did not have the same wisdom, the same support, the same clear eyes. You were doing the best you could from the place you were in. Tonight, let that truth come near you. Maybe your heart has been holding guilt. Guilt for resting. Guilt for needing space. Guilt for saying no. Guilt for not being able to save everyone. Guilt for choosing yourself. Guilt for not being the version of you that others expected. But guilt is not always truth. Sometimes guilt is only the old fear of being unloved when you stop pleasing everyone. Sometimes guilt appears when you begin to honor yourself because the old pattern is not used to it. Tonight, you can place a gentle hand on your heart and say, I am allowed to care for myself. I am allowed to have needs. I am allowed to rest without earning it. Maybe your heart has been holding worry for people you love. You may carry their pain, their choices, their problems, their moods, their healing, their future. You may feel responsible for making everything better. But love does not mean carrying another person's whole life inside your own body. Love does not mean losing your peace so someone else can feel supported. Love can care. Love can pray. Love can help in wise ways. But love also knows when to return home to the self. Tonight, you can bless those you love and still release them from the center of your chest. You can say, I send love, but I return to peace. Maybe your heart has been holding the pressure to stay strong, and perhaps strength has helped you. Perhaps it got you through hard days. Perhaps it helped you keep going when no one knew how much you were carrying. But strength without softness becomes a cage. You are allowed to be strong and tender. You are allowed to be grateful and tired. You are allowed to be hopeful and still need comfort. You are allowed to be the person others lean on and still need a place to lean. Tonight, you do not have to be the strong one for every person and every problem. Tonight, you can be held by your own loving breath. Maybe your heart has been holding the pain of not being seen. You tried, you cared, you gave, you showed up, you stayed loyal, you did small things with love, and maybe no one noticed. Maybe no one said, "I see how much you are carrying." Maybe no one said, "Thank you for trying so hard." So tonight, let those words come from within you. Say to yourself, "I see you. I see how much you have carried. I see how many times you kept going. I see the love you gave. I see the quiet courage. I see the tired heart that still wants to be soft." Let that be medicine. Maybe your heart has been holding old words. Words someone said long ago, but they still echo inside you. Words that made you feel small. Words that made you question your worth. Words that made you feel hard to love, hard to see, whose, hard to understand, hard to hold. But those words were not the truth of you. They were someone else's pain, limits, fear, or lack of love speaking through a moment. You do not have to keep those words alive inside you. You can begin to replace them. You can say, "I am not what hurt me, said I was. I am not the old name someone placed on me. I am a soul learning to love myself again." Maybe your heart has been holding silence. Not peaceful silence, but the kind of silence that came from not feeling safe to speak. The silence of holding back tears. The silence of being the one who understood too much. The silence of keeping your pain small so others would not feel uncomfortable. The silence of smiling when your heart was tired. Tonight, that silence can begin to soften. You do not need to explain yourself to the whole world. You do not need to tell every story. But inside your own heart, you can tell the truth. Yes, this hurt. Yes, I was tired. Yes, I needed love. Yes, I still matter. Maybe your heart has been holding the feeling of being behind. Behind in healing. Behind in love. Behind in success. Behind in peace. Behind in life. But life is not a race your soul came here to lose. Your path is not late because it does not look like someone else's path. Your heart is not failing because it needs more time. The flower does not blame itself for opening in its own season. The moon does not rush to become full in one night. You are allowed to unfold slowly. You are allowed to heal in layers. You are allowed to become new without hating the time it takes. Maybe your heart has been holding an old version of yourself. The one who made choices from fear. The one who stayed too long. The one who trusted the wrong voice. The one who did not know how to leave. The one who did not know how to love themselves yet. And maybe you still judge that version. Maybe you speak to them with harsh words. But tonight, imagine that old version of you not as someone to punish, but as someone who needed help, someone who was trying, someone who was learning, someone who survived. Can you let them come close? Can you say, I understand now. I forgive you. You were doing your best. You can rest too. The heart holds so much because it wants to make meaning. It wants to understand. It wants to protect you from pain. It wants to remember what mattered. It wants to keep love alive. It wants to keep you safe. So we do not shame the heart for holding. We thank it. We say, dear heart, thank you for trying to protect me. Thank you for loving so deeply. Thank you for carrying me through all the days I did not know how to release. But tonight, we can loosen. Tonight, we can breathe. Tonight, we can let some of this weight return to life. I honor what I feel, and I no longer need to carry it alone. Let this be the truth of this section of the night. I honor what I feel, and I no longer need to carry it alone. You are not rejecting your feelings. You are not saying they are wrong. You are not pushing them into darkness. You are bringing them into love. There is a great difference between being ruled by a feeling and honoring it. To honor a feeling means you listen without letting it become your whole identity. You can say, sadness is here, but I am more than sadness. Fear is here, but I am more than fear. Regret is here, but I am more than regret. Pain is here, but I am still a soul worthy of peace. Your feelings are visitors. Some stay longer than you hoped. Some knock loudly. Some come quietly. Some come again and again until they are understood. But they are not the whole house. You are the house. You are the space. You are the loving presence that can open a window and let air in. Tonight, let the visitors sit without fear. Let sadness be met with kindness. Let fear be met with safety. Let regret be met with forgiveness. Let love be met with softness. Let the heart know it does not have to lock everything inside anymore. There may be something you have not fully admitted to yourself. Something like, I am tired of pretending, or I miss what I wish had happened, or I am scared, or I need comfort, or I want to feel free. If a truth rises tonight, let it rise gently. You do not have to act on it right now. You do not have to fix it before sleep. Just let it be known. The heart often relaxes when the truth is finally allowed to stand in the room. You can say, this is what I feel. This is what I have been holding. And now I meet it with love. You do not have to make your pain beautiful before it is worthy of care. You do not have to turn every hurt into a lesson before you are allowed to rest. You do not have to smile at everything that broke your heart. Sometimes healing begins with the simple, honest words, that hurt me, and then, I am ready to be gentle with myself now. That is enough. Let healing be simple tonight. Let it be kind. Let it be a soft hand on the heart, not a demand. Let it be a breath, not a battle. If your heart has been holding too much, you may feel it in your body. A tight chest, a heavy stomach, a tired face, a restless mind, a throat that feels full, shoulders that do not know how to drop. This is not your body betraying you. This is your body asking to be included in your release. Speak to it gently. Dear body, I know you have carried my feelings too. I know you have held what I could not say. I know you have stayed strong for me. Tonight you may soften. Tonight you may rest. Tonight you do not have to hold everything so tightly. Your body listens to the voice you use. If you speak to it with fear, it tightens. If you speak to it with love, it may begin to trust you. Not all at once. Not like magic you must force, but slowly, through kindness, the body begins to learn that the night can be safe. The bed can be safe. Rest can be safe. Letting go can be safe. Feeling can be safe. You can feel and still be safe. You can release and still be safe. You can sleep and still be safe. Tonight, name what your heart has been holding, but do not hold it tighter after naming it. Let the naming be the first step of release. I have been holding sadness. Breathe. I have been holding fear. Breathe. I have been holding guilt. Breathe. I have been holding love that hurts. Breathe. I have been holding old words. Breathe. I have been holding too much. Breathe. After each truth, let your breath answer. And I am still worthy of peace. You are still worthy of peace. Even with unfinished healing, even with unanswered questions, even with memories that return, even with feelings that do not make sense yet, you are still worthy of peace. Peace is not only for people who have everything figured out. Peace is not only for people who never cry, never worry, never feel lost. Peace is for the tired heart too. Peace is for the heart that has been brave too long. Peace is for the soul that is ready to stop fighting itself at night. So let the heart speak simply. No long speech, no perfect words, just honesty. This is what I have been holding. And then let love answer. You do not have to hold it alone anymore. This is the start of release. This is the soft place where the night begins to change. The same room may be around you. The same life may still be waiting tomorrow. But inside, something has shifted. The heart has been seen, and a heart that feels seen does not have to shout so loudly in the dark. Release does not mean the past did not matter. It means your peace matters too. Let that sentence move slowly through your heart. Release does not mean the love was not real. It means your soul is ready to stop living only inside the pain of it. Release does not mean you are cold. It means you are kind enough to stop keeping your own heart in the same place of hurt every night. Release does not mean you are forgetting. It means you are choosing not to suffer again and again from the same memory. Many people are afraid to let go because they think letting go means losing the last piece of what they loved. They think if they stop thinking about it, they are leaving it behind. They think if they stop hurting, they are saying it was not important. But pain is not the only proof that something mattered. You do not have to stay wounded to prove you loved. You do not have to stay heavy to prove you cared. You do not have to keep your heart tied to a painful memo. Why to show that it changed you? Love can be real, and you can still choose peace. A lesson can be deep, and you can still stop carrying the hurt in your body. Releasing is not throwing away the past. Releasing is placing it in a softer place. It is taking it out of the center of your chest and letting it rest somewhere outside your breath. It is saying, you were part of my story, but you are not allowed to be my whole life. It is saying, I learned from this, but I do not need to bleed from it every night. It is saying, I can honor what happened without letting it keep hurting me. That is love. That is self-love. That is the heart finally choosing to come home to itself. When you release, you are not losing the wisdom. You are losing the weight. You are not losing the lesson. You are losing the endless self-punishment. You are not losing the love. You are losing the fear that love must always hurt. You are not losing the memory. You are losing the need to replay it until your body feels tired. This is why release can be so gentle. It does not take away what is true. It takes away what is too heavy to keep carrying. I can release the pain and keep the wisdom. Let this become a soft truth inside you. I can release the pain and keep the wisdom. You can keep the wisdom that taught you to listen to your body. You can keep the wisdom that taught you to trust your inner feeling. You can keep the wisdom that taught you where your boundaries need to be. You can keep the wisdom that taught you what kind of love feels peaceful and what kind of love makes you disappear. You can keep the wisdom that taught you how strong you are. But you do not have to keep the pain alive as your teacher forever. A lesson does not need to hurt you forever to remain true. The heart sometimes confuses pain with connection. It may think, if I stop hurting, I will lose the connection. But the deeper truth is this: what is meant to stay in love will not need pain to hold it together. And what has already left does not need your suffering to prove it was meaningful. You can bless what was. You can bless what you learned. You can bless the version of yourself who went through it. And then, slowly, you can let your energy return to your own life. Your energy belongs with you tonight, not in the past, not in the old room, not in the unanswered message, not in the memory of what someone said. not in the ending you keep trying to understand, not in the mistake you keep blaming yourself for. Your energy belongs here, in this breath, in this body, in this quiet night. Release is how you call your energy back, gently, lovingly, without anger. I call my heart back from the past. I call my peace back from the memory. I call my breath back from the worry. I call myself back home. There is a loving way to let go. It does not slam a door. It does not deny the tears. It does not speak with hate. It simply says, "This has been heavy long enough." It says, "I am grateful for what taught me, but I am ready to stop hurting myself with it." It says, "I do not need to understand every part before I allow peace to enter." This kind of release is calm. It is strong, but not hard. It is soft, but not weak. It is love choosing peace without needing every answer first. Maybe there is someone you feel you cannot release because a part of you is still waiting for them to understand, waiting for them to say the right words, waiting for them to change, waiting for them to see what they could not see before. Waiting can become very heavy when it has no end. Tonight, you do not have to decide the whole future. You only need to release the waiting for this night. You can say, "For tonight, I stop waiting for someone else to give me peace. For tonight, I give peace to myself." That is enough. One night of peace is a beautiful beginning. Maybe there is a moment you keep replaying because you think if you look at it one more time, you will finally find the answer. Why did it happen? Why did they say that? Why did I not know? Why did I stay? Why did I trust? Why did life move that way? Some questions do not answer kindly at night. Some questions only make the heart more tired. Tonight, you can place those questions down. You can say, "I do not need to understand everything before I rest." My heart can sleep even with unanswered questions. Let that be a gift to yourself. Maybe there is guilt you are afraid to release because you think guilt keeps you responsible. But guilt and responsibility are not the same. Responsibility can teach you. Guilt can trap you. Responsibility says, "I see what I can learn." Guilt says, "I must keep hurting because I was not perfect." Responsibility helps you grow. Guilt keeps you small. Tonight, choose responsibility with love, not guilt with punishment. Say, "I take the lesson and I release the punishment." That is a holy kind of kindness. Maybe there is grief you are afraid to release because grief has become the last place you feel close to what you lost. Be tender here. Grief is not wrong. Grief is love moving through loss. You do not need to force grief away. You only need to let grief breathe. You can say, "I do not push you away, dear grief, but tonight we will rest together. You do not have to keep my whole body awake. You can soften beside me." Sometimes release does not mean grief disappears. Sometimes release means grief no longer has to hold the whole room. There is a difference between letting go and being ready to never feel it again. You may release tonight and still feel something tomorrow. That does not mean you failed. That means healing comes in layers. Like waves on tea, you're sure the heart releases a little, returns, releases again, returns again, and each time the weight can become softer. Do not demand that your heart empty itself in one night. One layer is enough, one breath is enough, one moment of peace is enough. The heart heals best when it is not rushed. Release is love because it gives the heart space to live again. A heart full of old pain has little room for new peace. A heart full of regret has little room for trust. A heart full of fear has little room for rest. When you release even one small weight, you make space. Space for calm, space for sleep, space for kindness, space for the quiet joy that may return one day, space for new thoughts, space for your own loving voice, space for life to support you in ways you cannot yet see. You may wonder, what will I be without this pain? That is a tender question. Sometimes pain becomes familiar. Sometimes worry becomes a habit. Sometimes longing becomes a place the heart visits because it does not know where else to go. But you are more than what you have carried. You are not only the hurt. You are not only the waiting. You are not only the old story. You are a living soul. You are still becoming. You are still able to feel peace, love, comfort, and hope. Releasing pain does not make you empty. It makes room for you. Letting go is not a betrayal of what happened. It is a promise to the part of you that survived it. It is saying, you do not have to keep living in the old moment. You made it through. You are here now. Imagine speaking to the younger part of you who carried so much. Do not scold them. Do not ask why they held on for so long. Hold them with kindness in your mind and say, thank you for helping me survive. Thank you for doing your best. But we are safe enough to release a little now. Let that younger part feel your love. When release feels hard, begin with willingness. Do not say, I release everything forever, if that feels too big. Say, I am willing to release one layer. Do not say, I forgive perfectly, if that feels too far. Say, I am willing to stop hurting myself with this tonight. Do not say, I am completely free, if the body does not believe it yet. Say, I am open to feeling lighter. Willingness is gentle. Willingness does not push. Willingness opens the door and lets love enter quietly. I am willing to release one layer tonight. I am willing to let my heart be lighter. I am willing to stop using pain as proof that I cared. I am willing to keep the wisdom and release the weight. I am willing to rest without solving everything. I am willing to let peace come near me. Let these sentences move slowly. You do not need to repeat them with force. Let them be like soft rain on dry earth. The heart receives best when the words come with warmth. Release also means you stall, asking the past to give you what only the present can give. The past cannot hold you tonight. The past cannot breathe for you. The past cannot soften your shoulders. The past cannot give your body rest. But this moment can. This breath can. This loving thought can. Your own hand on your heart can. Your own gentle voice can. The present is where your power returns. The present is where release happens. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. Here, now, in this quiet breath before sleep. Maybe the old story says, I cannot let go until they understand. But your peace cannot wait for someone else's understanding. Maybe the old story says, I cannot rest until life is certain. But your body needs rest before certainty arrives. Maybe the old story says, I cannot forgive myself until I am perfect. But self-forgiveness is what helps you grow. Maybe the old story says, I cannot feel free until everything changes. But freedom often begins inside, in the moment you stop feeding the pain with your whole attention. Tonight, release is not a final goodbye to everything you have known. It is a gentle turning toward yourself. It is the moment you say, my heart matters too. It is the moment you stop leaving yourself alone with old pain. It is the moment you choose not to bring the whole past into your sleep. It is the moment you let your body know that the day is over, the fighting can pause, the mind can quiet, the heart can be held. The old pain may say, but I have been here so long. And you can answer, yes, and I thank you for what you tried to show me, but long does not mean forever. The old memory may say, you still need me, and you can answer, I keep the lesson, but I release the suffering. The old fear may say, if you soften, you will not be safe, and you can answer, I can be soft and wise. I can be loving and protected. I can rest and still honor myself. Release is love because it stops the war inside you. It stops the fight between what happened and what your heart needs now. It stops the endless pushing, blaming, replaying, and holding. It lets the heart place down its weapons. It lets the body know it no longer needs to stay awake to guard old wounds. It lets the mind know it does not need to circle the same thought all night. Release says, we are safe enough for peace now. And if your heart does not fully trust that yet, be patient. Trust grows through gentle care. Each night you speak kindly, trust grows. Each time you choose rest over replaying, trust grows. Each time you place your hand on your heart instead of judging yourself, trust grows. Each time you say, "I am willing," trust grows. You are teaching your heart that letting go does not mean being abandoned. You are teaching your heart that peace can hold it better than pain did. So before sleep tonight, let this truth stay close. Release is not loss. Release is love. Release is your heart making space for rest. Release is your soul choosing not to live inside the hardest moment forever. Release is the soft return to your own breath. Release is the gentle act of saying, "I deserve peace now, not only someday." You do deserve peace now. Not when you understand everything, not when everyone agrees, not when the past changes. Now, in this breath, in this body, in this night, I can release the pain and keep the wisdom. I can let go of the weight and keep the lesson. I can honor what happened and still choose rest. I can love what was and still return to myself. I can stop carrying what hurts and still remain open, kind, and wise. Tonight, release comes to me as love. Tonight, my heart does not have to lose anything true. It only has to let go of what is too heavy to carry into sleep. Before sleep, your mind becomes softer. The day begins to loosen its grip. The noise becomes lower. The room becomes quieter. The body starts asking for rest. And in this gentle space, your heart can finally hear the words it may not have heard during the day. During the day, there may be too many things to do, too many people to answer, too many thoughts moving at the same time, too many feelings pushed aside because life keeps asking you to continue. But at night, when everything slows down, the heart comes forward. It brings what it has been holding. It brings the worry. It brings the memory. It brings the quiet sadness. It brings the feelings you did not have time to feel. And this is why the night can feel heavy for many people. Not because the night is against you, but because the night is honest. It gives the heart enough silence to speak. Tonight, let that silence become safe. Do not be afraid of what comes up. Do not think something is wrong, because feelings rise before sleep. The heart is not trying to hurt you. The heart is trying to release what it could not release while you were busy being strong. If a memory comes, let it come gently. If a tear comes, let it come without shame. If a thought returns, do not fight it like an enemy. Say softly, "I see you. I know you are here. But tonight, we are choosing peace." This is how you begin to become a safe place for yourself. You do not push your heart away. You do not make it wrong. You simply lead it toward rest. The night is a doorway. It is not only the end of the day. It is the place where one energy can close and another can begin. You do not have to carry the same tight feeling into your dreams. You do not have to take every worry into your sleep. You do not have to hold every question until morning. You can let the night receive what your hands are tired of holding. You can let the quiet become a soft place where your heart lays down one small weight. Not everything, not the whole, not the story, just one small weight for tonight. Before sleep, your subconscious mind listens in a different way. It is not as busy. It is not fighting so hard. The part of you that is deep inside, the part that remembers old feelings, old words, old fears, and old hopes becomes easier to reach. This is why the last thoughts before sleep matter. If you give your mind fear, it may carry fear into the night. If you give your mind self-blame, it may carry self-blame into the night. If you give your mind peace, even a small peace, it may begin to rest inside that peace. So tonight, do not feed your heart the same old pain before sleep. Feed it kindness. Feed it softness. Feed it safety. Feed it words that feel like a warm hand on the chest. You do not need to solve your whole life before you sleep. This is very important. The mind may say, think about it one more time. Go over it one more time. Worry about tomorrow one more time. Remember what happened one more time. But your soul can answer, not now. Tonight is for rest. Not because the problem does not matter, not because your feelings are not real, but because rest also matters. Peace also matters. Your body matters. Your heart matters. And if the mind keeps working all night, the heart never gets to heal. So tonight, give yourself permission to pause the thinking. You can return to life tomorrow with a softer heart and a clearer mind. Let your body begin to know that the day is over. Let your shoulders drop a little. They do not have to carry every person, every task, every worry, every memory. Let your jaw soften. It does not have to hold all the words you did not say. Let your hands open. They do not have to grip the past. Let your stomach relax. It does not have to tighten around tomorrow. Let your chest become a little softer. It does not have to guard the heart from every feeling. You are here now. You are breathing now. And in this moment, you are allowed to be gentle with yourself. I am safe to rest. I am safe to release. Let these words move slowly. I am safe to rest. I am safe to release. You may not feel completely safe yet, and that is okay. We are not forcing the body to believe something before it is ready. We are simply offering it a new message, a soft message, a loving message, a message that says, you do not have to stay tight all night. You do not have to be on guard every moment. You do not have to protect me by keeping me awake. Your body has been trying to help you. Your mind has been trying to protect you. Your heart has been trying to carry you. Tonight, thank them. Then gently say, we can rest now. There is a part of you that may not know how to let go because it has practiced holding for so long. Maybe holding became a habit. Maybe worrying became a habit. Maybe replaying old pain became a habit. Maybe staying G alert became a habit. Maybe your body learned that rest was not safe. If that is true, do not blame yourself. The body learns from life. The mind learns from repeated moments. The heart learns from what it has been through. But what was learned can be gently unlearned, not with force, not with anger, not by telling yourself you should already be different. It is unlearned through soft repetition, night after night, breath after breath, loving word after loving word. Tonight can be one small beginning. You do not need to become peaceful forever. You do not need to be healed before morning. You only need to give this night a different message. The old message may have been stay awake, keep thinking, keep guarding, keep blaming, keep trying to understand. The new message can be rest now, soften now, release one layer now. You are safe enough in this breath. That is enough. A new life does not always begin with a huge change. Sometimes it begins with one quiet night where you choose not to hurt yourself with the same thought again. If the mind brings you an old memory, do not follow it all the way into the past. See it, bless it, and return to the breath. If the mind brings you a fear about tomorrow, do not build a whole story around it. See it, bless it, and return to the breath. If the mind brings you a person, a conversation, a regret, or an old question, do not fight with it. Fighting keeps it close. Instead, place a hand on your heart and say, I am here now. I am not there anymore. I return to this breath. Let the breath be the path home. The breath is simple, but it is powerful. It brings you back to the present. It reminds the body that this moment is not the old moment. It tells the nervous system, we are here now. We are not in the past. We are not in the future. We are in this quiet night. Breathe in slowly and let the body receive. Breathe out slowly and let the heart release. You do not need to make the breath perfect. You do not need to count. You do not need to do anything special. Just let the breath become a small river carrying you away from the old tightness and toward rest. Night has a gentle wisdom. The darkness does not ask the flower to keep opening. It lets the flower close and gather strength. The moon does not shout at the sky. It simply shines in its own quiet way. The body does not need loud commands at night. It needs quiet kindness. It needs to know that it is allowed to stop. It needs to know that it does not have to earn rest by fixing everything first. You are allowed to rest before every answer comes. You are allowed to sleep before everything is solved. You are allowed to let peace touch you, even while life is still unfinished. This may feel new. If you have spent many nights thinking too much, the first quiet night may feel strange. The mind may not trust it right away. It may look for something to worry about because worry has been familiar. If that happens, be patient. Say, I know you are used to working at night, but tonight we are learning another way. Speak to your mind like you would speak to someone tired and afraid. Not with anger, not with shame, with love. You have done enough for today. You can rest now. We will meet tomorrow with more peace. Sometimes before sleep, the heart brings up the thing you avoided all day. It may bring up loneliness. It may bring up grief. It may bring up regret. It may bring up the feeling of missing someone. It may bring up fear that you are not where you thought you would be. When this happens, do not push the heart away. Say, I hear you. Those 3 words can soften so much. I hear you. I hear the sadness. I hear the fear. I hear the longing. I hear the tiredness. I hear the part of me that wants to be loved, held, chosen, and understood. I hear you, and I am not leaving you tonight. When you hear yourself with kindness, the heart does not have to shout as loudly. Many feelings become stronger because they have been ignored. They knock harder because they want care. But when you finally turn toward them and say, I hear you, something begins to calm. Not always at once, not always fully, but a little, and a little is enough. Tonight, we are not asking for a perfect release. We are asking for a gentle release. We are asking for one part of the heart to feel less alone. Let the room around you become a place of release. Let the bed become a place where old energy can soften. Let the pillow receive the thoughts you no longer want to hold. Let the blanket remind the body that it is allowed to feel covered and safe. Let the darkness become kind. Let the quiet become a friend. You do not have to fear the night. You can teach your body that night is not the time for punishment. Night is the time for peace. Night is the time for returning to yourself. Night is the time for placing the heart in the hands of love. I am safe to rest. I am safe to release. Say it again, softer now. I am safe to rest. I am safe to release. If your heart answers with sadness, let sadness be there. If your body answers with tears, let tears come gently. If your mind answers with doubt, let doubt sit quietly beside the words. You do not need to force every part of you to agree. You only need to keep offering love. Love does not need to win an argument tonight. Love only needs to stay present. Before sleep, imagine that each breath opens a small space inside your heart. With each inhale, peace enters. With each exhale, one heavy thing loosens. You do not need to know exactly what is leaving. You do not need to name every pain. Sometimes release happens deeper than words. Sometimes the body lets go before the mind understands. Sometimes the heart softens simply because it finally feels safe enough. Trust the gentle process. Trust that love knows where to go. Trust that your soul understands the language of rest. There is nothing you need to prove tonight. You do not need to prove that you are strong. You do not need to prove that you are over it. You do not need to prove that you are spiritual enough, calm enough, healed enough, brave enough. You are allowed to be exactly as you are in this moment. Tired, tender, hopeful, sad, quiet, unsure, open, or closed. However you are still worthy of peace. Rest does not only belong to people who feel perfect. Rest belongs to the human heart. Rest belongs to you. So let this night be a safe place to let go. Not by force, but by kindness. Not by pushing, but by allowing. Not by forgetting, but by softening. You can say, "Tonight I do not need to carry the whole story. Tonight I place one part of it down. Tonight I let my body rest from old fear. Tonight I let my mind rest from old questions. Tonight I let my heart rest from old pain." And if the heart asks, "Will I be safe without holding this?" Answer gently, "Yes, dear heart. We can be safe in peace too." The night is holding you now. The breath is with you now. The deeper part of life is not far away. It is here in the simple rhythm of your body. It is here in the silence between thoughts. It is here in the quiet decision to stop fighting yourself. It is here in the soft truth that you can release one layer and still be whole. You can rest without losing yourself. You can let go without becoming empty. You can sleep without solving everything. You can trust the night to carry what you are too tired to hold. Please do not blame yourself for needing time. The heart does not heal by being rushed. The heart heals when it feels safe. And sometimes the person you most need forgiveness from is not someone else. Sometimes it is yourself. Not because you did something terrible, not because you failed, but because somewhere along the way you began to judge yourself for still feeling. You judged yourself for caring too much. You judged yourself for not moving on faster. You judged yourself for trusting, for hoping, for staying, for leaving, for speaking, for staying quiet, for being afraid, for not knowing what you know now. Tonight, let that judgment soften. You have been carrying enough. You do not need to carry self-blame too. Pain is already heavy. Regret is already heavy. Worry is already heavy. Please do not place the extra stone of cruelty on your own heart. If you are still healing, that does not mean you are weak. It means something mattered. If you still remember, that does not mean you are stuck. It means your heart is still trying to understand. If you still need rest, that does not mean you are failing. It means you are human. Tonight, forgive yourself for being human. There may be a voice inside you that says, I should be over this by now. But healing is not a race. The heart does not follow the clock. The body does not release pain just because the mind says it has been long enough. Some feelings leave slowly. Some memories fade in layers. Some wounds need many soft returns before they no longer hurt the same way. This does not mean you are doing anything wrong. It means your heart is moving at the pace of safety, and safety cannot be forced. It can only be created. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. Let this sentence come close. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. There is so much kindness in that truth. You did not have today's wisdom back then. You did not have today's strength. You did not have today's clear eyes. You were living from the awareness you had in that moment. Maybe you were afraid. Maybe you were lonely. Maybe you wanted love. Maybe you wanted peace. Maybe you were trying not to lose something. Maybe you were trying to survive. Can you stop using your new wisdom to punish your old self? Can you let your new wisdom become a lamp instead of a weapon? The old version of you deserves compassion. The one who did not know. The one who stayed quiet. The one who said yes when they wanted to say no. The one who trusted too much. The one who tried to keep peace by losing pieces of themselves. The one who blamed themselves for someone else's coldness. The one who held on because letting go felt too frightening. That version of you was not foolish. That version of you was learning. That version of you was trying to find safety, love, and meaning with the tools they had. Tonight, do not abandon them again. Hold them with love. Say to that old self, I understand why you did what you did. I understand why you were afraid. I understand why you wanted to be chosen. I understand why you hoped. I understand why you did not know how to leave. I understand why you tried so hard. I understand why you protected yourself in the ways you knew. These words can heal something deep. Because so much pain comes from being misunderstood. And sometimes the deepest misunderstanding comes from the way we look back at ourselves. You may have carried guilt for not being perfect, but no one becomes wise without first being unfinished. No one learns without first not knowing. No one becomes strong without meeting places where they felt weak. You are not wrong because you had to learn. You are not wrong because life taught you through moments you wish had been softer. You are not wrong because your heart made choices from love, fear, hope, or need. You are growing, and growth needs kindness more than punishment. There may be something you keep saying to yourself at night. Why did I let that happen? Why did I not see it sooner? Why did I say that? Why did I waste time? Why did I care so much? Tonight, let the loving voice answer each question gently. Because I was learning, because I was afraid, because I wanted love, because I did not understand yet, because I was doing the best I could, because I am human. This does not excuse harmful things. It does not erase responsibility. It simply stops turning responsibility into self-hate. Self-forgiveness does not mean you deny the lesson. It means you receive the lesson without beating your heart with it. You can say, I see what I need to learn, and I will learn with love. You can say, I choose differently now, not because I hate who I was, but because I honor who I am becoming. This is how true change begins. Not from shame. Shame makes the heart hide. Love helps the heart open. Shame says, you are bad. Love says, you can grow. Tonight, choose love as your teacher. Maybe you are carrying guilt for resting. Maybe you think you should be doing more, fixing more, answering more, trying more. But rest is not laziness. Rest is care. Rest is how the body repairs. Rest is how the mind clears. Rest is how the heart gathers strength. You do not have to earn rest by becoming empty first. You do not have to burn yourself out before you are allowed to stop. Tonight, forgive yourself for needing rest. Forgive yourself for not being able to carry everything. Forgive yourself for having limits. Your limits are not your failure. They are your body's way of asking for love. Maybe you blame yourself for still missing someone or something. You may think, why do I still care? But the heart does not release by being insulted. The heart releases when it feels understood. If you miss someone, meet that feeling with tenderness. Missing does not mean you must return. Missing does not mean you made the wrong choice. Missing does not mean the pain was healthy. Missing only means something in you remembers. Let it remember softly, then guide it back. Yes, I miss what I hoped for, and I also choose peace tonight. Maybe you blame yourself for being sensitive, but sensitivity is not a mistake. A sensitive heart feels deeply. It notices what others ignore. It loves with care. It hears small changes in tone. It feels the weight of words. It can be hurt easily, yes, but it can also hold great beauty. Do not ask your heart to become stone just because life was not always gentle. Ask your heart to become wise and soft. Ask it to have boundaries and still keep its warmth. Forgive yourself for feeling deeply. Your depth is not something to hate. Maybe you blame yourself for not being farther along, farther in life, farther in healing, farther in confidence, farther in love, farther in peace. But there is no kind path that begins with hating where you are. You are here. This is the place where healing begins. Not in the future version of you who has everything figured out. Not in the perfect version of you who never falls back. Here, with this breath, with this tired heart, with this honest desire to be free. Forgive yourself for your pace. You are allowed to grow slowly. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. Say it again. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. Feel how the sentence does not ask you to change the past. It only asks you to soften the way you hold the past. That is where your power is. You cannot go back and be a different person in an old moment, but you can be a kinder person to yourself now. You can stop dragging the old self into the court of your mind every night. You can stop asking them to explain what they did when they were only trying to survive. Maybe the old self needs to hear, "You are forgiven." Maybe they need to hear, "You are safe now." Maybe they need to hear, "I will not keep punishing you." Maybe they need to hear, "Thank you for bringing me this far." Let them hear it tonight. In your mind, place a hand on the shoulder of that old version of you. Let your voice be soft. I forgive you. I understand more now. You do not have to keep living in that moment. We are here now. We are learning a new way. Forgiveness of yourself may come with tears. Let them come if they come. Tears are not a problem. Tears can be the heart releasing what words could not carry. Tears can be a soft rain after a long dry season. You do not need to stop them quickly. You do not need to explain them. You do not need to feel embarrassed by them. If they come, let them bless the places in you that have been too tight for too long. And if no tears come, that is also okay. Healing has many forms. Sometimes it is a tear. Sometimes it is a breath. Sometimes it is a quiet feeling of less pressure. You may need to forgive yourself for holding on, and you may need to forgive yourself for letting go. Both can be true. The heart can feel pain in staying and pain in releasing. It can feel love and tiredness at the same time. It can want peace and still fear the empty space that peace creates. Be gentle with this. You are not simple. Your heart is not a machine. It is alive. It has many rooms. Tonight, do not demand that every room be clean. Just open one window. Let one room receive air. Forgive yourself for the nights you spent worrying. You were trying to feel safe. Forgive yourself for the times you overthought. You were trying to understand. Forgive ye ourself for the moments you needed reassurance. You were trying to feel held. Forgive yourself for the times you stayed too long. You were trying to hope. Forgive yourself for the times you left too late or too soon. You were trying to find your way. Forgive yourself for not being perfect in pain. Pain is already hard. You did not need to perform healing perfectly too. Self-forgiveness is not a single sentence you say once and never need again. It is a practice. You may need to return to it many nights. When the old blame comes back, you return to kindness. When the old memory rises, you return to compassion. When the old regret speaks, you return to the truth. I did the best I could with what I knew then. I am learning now. I choose love now. Repetition is not failure. Repetition is how the heart learns a new way. Let tonight be the night you stop making your heart pay for the past. It has paid enough. It has carried enough. It has replayed enough. It has asked enough painful questions. Now, let it receive mercy. Mercy is a soft word. It means you do not have to be punished forever. It means you are allowed to be met with love even while you are learning. It means the heart can be held, not blamed. Offer yourself mercy tonight. I give myself mercy. I give myself kindness. I give myself permission to rest. There is a part of you that may resist forgiveness because it thinks self-blame keeps you safe. It may think if you blame yourself enough, you will never make the same mistake again. But self-blame does not create wisdom. It creates fear. Wisdom comes from love and honest seeing. You can learn without hating yourself. You can remember without hurting yourself. You can choose better without calling your old self wrong. That is a more peaceful way to grow. Tonight, forgive yourself for carrying too much. Forgive yourself for not knowing how to set it down sooner. Forgive yourself for confusing worry with care. Forgive yourself for confusing self-punishment with responsibility. Forgive yourself for thinking you had to be strong every moment. Forgive yourself for trying to be everything for everyone. Forgive yourself for not listening to your own heart sooner. And then forgive yourself for needing time to forgive. Even forgiveness has its own pace. Let your heart hear this. You are not behind in healing. You are not failing because some nights are still tender. You are not unworthy because you feel regret. You are not too late because you are learning now. The moment you become kind to yourself, a new path begins. The moment you stop attacking yourself, the body can breathe differently. The moment you say, I forgive myself, even if only a small part of you believes it, a door opens. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I forgive myself for the weight I ride. I forgive myself for the words I held back. I forgive myself for the love I gave from an empty place. I forgive myself for the fear that led me. I forgive myself for the nights I did not know how to rest. I forgive myself for being human. And tonight, I let forgiveness become a pillow for my heart. I let mercy cover the places that have been too tired. I let love speak louder than regret. You are allowed to become a friend to yourself now. Not someday. Not when you are fully healed. Not when you never make a mistake again. Now, tonight, in this soft moment, You can stop standing against yourself. You can stand beside yourself. You can say, I am with you. I will help you. I will not keep using the past to hurt you. We are learning. We are healing. We are coming home. You do not have to keep meeting the past every night. You do not have to keep sitting with the same person in your mind, having the same conversation, feeling the same hurt, asking the same question, and ending in the same tired place. You do not have to invite old words into your sleep. You do not have to let old moments take the first space in your heart before rest. Tonight, you can bless what is ready to leave. You can breathe. You can let your heart come back to this moment. Some people are no longer in your daily life, but they still live in your mind. Not because you want pain, but because the heart is still trying to finish something. It wants the answer. It wants the apology. It wants the reason. It wants the old warmth back. It wants to understand how something that once mattered became something that hurt. This is human. Do not shame yourself for it. But tonight, gently ask your heart, how long must I keep losing peace over someone who is not here holding me now? Let the question be soft, not angry, not bitter, just honest. You can release a person without hating them. You can release a person without saying they were never important. You can release a person and still wish their soul peace. Release does not need to be full of anger. Sometimes release is quiet. It says, I give you back to your path and I return to mine. It says, I stop carrying your words in my body. It says, I stop asking your memory to give me rest. It says, I bless what I can bless, and I free my heart from what has become too heavy. This is not cold. This is loving toward yourself. Maybe there is a conversation still living inside you. Words you wish you said. Words you wish they said. A tone that hurt you. A silence that felt like an answer. A moment where you felt small, unseen, or unloved. Conversations can remain in the body for a long time. They can live in the throat. They can sit in the chest. They can return at night when the mind is quiet. Tonight, you do not need to finish that conversation outside yourself. You can finish it inside your own heart. You can say, I release the words I did not say. I release the words I wish I had heard. I give my throat peace. I give my heart space. Maybe there is an apology you never received. This can be one of the hardest things to release because the heart wants justice. It wants someone to understand the pain they caused. It wants someone to say, I see it now. I am sorry. And when that apology does not come, the heart may keep waiting. It may think peace depends on another person's awakening. But tonight, gently remember this. Your peace is too precious to place completely in someone else's hands. If an apology comes one day, let it come. But your healing can begin before it arrives. You can say, I deserved understanding. I deserved care, and even without the apology, I choose to begin freeing my heart. Maybe there is a version of yourself you keep judging, a past self, a younger self, a self who did not know how to speak, a self who wanted love so badly, a self who made choices from fear, a self who stayed in places that were not peaceful. That version may still be living inside you, waiting for kindness. Tonight, release them from punishment. Do not leave them trapped in one old chapter. Bring them close. Say, you are not that moment forever. You are not that mistake forever. You are not that fear forever. You are part of me, and I choose to love you home. I release what is no longer mine to hold. Let this be the deep truth of this section. I release what is no longer mine to hold. Some pain is not yours to carry anymore. Some guilt is not yours. Some blame is not yours. Some responsibility belongs to another person. Some choices were never yours to control. Some healing belongs to someone else. Some outcomes are not in your hands. You can care, but you do not have to carry what belongs to another soul. You can love, but you do not have to lose yourself. You can remember, but you do not have to keep bleeding. There may be words someone placed on you that were never yours. Maybe they called you too sensitive, too much, not enough, difficult, weak, hard to love, easy to leave. These words can become heavy if you carry them too long. But a word spoken from someone else's wound does not have the right to define your soul. Tonight, begin returning those words. In your heart, say, "This does not belong to me. I return it to where it came from. I choose words that heal me now." You are allowed to stop wearing names that pain gave you. Replace the old words with loving ones. I am worthy of gentle love. I am allowed to have feelings. I am allowed to need rest. I am allowed to be learning. I am not too much for the right kind of peace. I am not too late for a new beginning. I am not the hurt I went through. I am not the words that wounded me. I am a soul returning. G to love. Let these new words enter slowly. They may feel unfamiliar at first. That is okay. Familiar is not always true. Sometimes the kindest truth feels new because the heart has not heard it enough. Maybe there is a moment you still replay because it changed the way you saw yourself. A rejection, a mistake, a loss, a hard ending, a day when something inside you closed. Tonight, do not force yourself to erase it. Instead, loosen its power. Say, "This moment shaped me, but it does not own me. This moment hurt me, but it is not my whole life. This moment taught me, but I can keep living beyond it." A moment can be real without being your forever home. The past may knock tonight. If it does, do not open the door wide and let it take over the room. Open the door just enough to say, "I see you. I learned from you. I release you for tonight." Then close the door gently. Come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Come back to the quiet truth that you are here now. The past is a place you lived through. It is not the bed you must sleep in every night. Sometimes release begins by taking back your attention. Attention is energy. When you give all your attention to the old pain feels bigger. When you bring your attention back to your breath, your body, your heart, your peace, something begins to change. You are not denying what happened. You are choosing where your life force goes now. You can say, I have given this memory enough of my night. I now give my night to peace. This is a powerful choice. Maybe the person you need to release is not bad. Maybe the memory is not all painful. Maybe there was love, beauty, laughter, hope, and tenderness mixed with the hurt. This can make release harder. The heart may say, but there was good too. Yes, there may have been. You do not need to deny the good to release the pain. You can bless the good and still let go of what hurts. You can say, I honor the love. I release the pain. I keep the wisdom. I return to myself. Let it be that simple. Maybe the moment you need to release is something you did not choose, something unfair, something that left you with questions, something that changed your trust. When life brings pain we did not choose, the heart may hold anger. It may hold confusion. It may hold the feeling that life was not kind. Do not judge this. Let the heart be honest, but also let the heart know it does not have to carry the whole weight forever. You can say, I do not understand everything, but I am willing to stop letting this pain rule my nights. Willingness is enough. I release what is no longer mine to hold. Say it slowly. I release what is no longer mine to hold. I release the need to make someone understand tonight. I release the need to replay the old conversation, Tony. I release the old words that made me feel small. I release the waiting that keeps my heart tired. I release the blame that does not help me heal. I release the fear that says peace is not safe. I release the heavy story, one breath at a time. When you release people, you are not saying they never mattered. You are saying you matter too. When you release moments, you are not saying they did not shape you. You are saying they do not get to stop you from resting. When you release words, you are not saying words do not hurt. You are saying you now choose words that heal. This is how the heart becomes free in a loving way. It does not need to hate the past. It only needs to stop sleeping inside it. There may be a person you keep trying to fix inside your mind. You imagine what they should understand. You imagine how they could change. You imagine what they might say one day. But another person's path belongs to them. Their healing belongs to them. Their awakening belongs to them. Your peace belongs to you. Tonight, release the job of changing anyone else. Say, I give them back to life. I give myself back to peace. This does not mean you stop caring. It means you stop carrying what only they can choose. There may be a person you still want to prove yourself to. You want them to see your worth. You want them to know they were wrong. You want them to understand what they lost, missed, or misunderstood. This is natural. But your worth does not need their agreement to be real. Your goodness does not need their eyes to exist. Your healing does not need their approval. Tonight, gently release the need to be seen by the one who could not see you clearly. Say, I see myself now. I choose myself now. I come home to myself now. Sometimes the heart holds on to old words because it heard them at a time when it was open. A harsh word can enter deeply when the heart is tender, but loving words can enter deeply too. So tonight, give yourself better words. Dear heart, you are safe with me. Dear heart, you do not have to prove anything tonight. Dear heart, you are allowed to be tired. Dear heart, you are allowed to release. Dear heart, you are not alone anymore. Let these words become the new sound inside you. Imagine the old words like stones in your hands. One stone says, not enough. One stone says, too late. One stone says, unlovable. One stone says, your fault. One stone says, never again. You have held them long enough. Tonight, open your hands. One by one, let them fall away. You do not need to throw them with anger. Just release them because they are too heavy and they are not the truth of your soul. Your hands were made to receive peace too. The heart may ask, what if I release and the pain comes back? Then answer, if it comes back, I will meet it with love again. You do not need to be afraid of healing in layers. You are not failing when an old feeling returns. You are simply being invited to love yourself again at a deeper place. Each return can become softer. Each release can become easier. Each night can teach the heart, we do not have to hold this the same way anymore. Maybe tonight you release only one sentence. Maybe you release only one name. Maybe you release only one memory. Maybe you release only the need to understand for one night. That is enough. Do not measure release by how empty you feel. Measure it by how gently you are treating yourself. If you are kinder to your heart tonight than you were last night, something is healing. If you choose peace for one breath, something is healing. If you stop replaying one thought and return to your body, something is healing. I release what is no longer mine to hold. I release the person from my chest. I release the moment from my body. I release the words from my mind. I release the old blame from my heart. I release the need to suffer in order to remember. I release the need to stay heavy in order to prove I cared. I release the waiting, the replaying, the overthinking, the silent ache. I release one layer tonight, and I let peace come closer. Now let your heart come back. Back from the old room. Back from the old message. Back from the old ending. Back from the person who could not meet you. Back from the moment you keep trying to change. Back from the words that were never yours to carry. Let your heart come back to this breath, this body, this night, this soft place inside you that still believes peace is possible. You do not have to keep meeting the past every night. Tonight, you can meet yourself. You can meet your own breath. You can meet your own tenderness. You can meet the quiet truth that you are worthy of rest. Let the people return to their path. Let the moments return to time. Let the words return to silence. Let your heart return to peace. Now place one gentle hand on your heart, if that feels right for you. If your hand cannot rest there, simply bring your attention to the center of your chest. You do not need to do anything perfectly. You do not need to sit in a special way. You do not need to make your mind empty. This is not a test. This is only a soft moment between you and your own heart. Let your body know that you are not here to force healing tonight. You are here to listen. You are here to comfort. You are here to release one small layer of what has been too heavy. Take one slow breath in and say quietly inside yourself, I am here. Then breathe out and say, I let go. Again, breathe in and say, I am here. Breathe out and say, I let go. Let these words be simple. Let them be soft. You are not trying to push pain away. You are not trying to make your heart forget. You are only letting your heart feel that you have returned to it. After so many days of being busy, after so many moments of holding yourself together, after so many times of saying, I am fine, when your heart needed care, you are finally saying, I am here. There is deep peace in those 3 words, I am here. They tell the heart that it is no longer alone. They tell the body that you have come back. They tell the nervous system that this moment is not asking for a fight. You are not running from yourself tonight. You are not leaving your pain in the dark. You are not ignoring the tender place inside you. You are here. And because you are here, something inside can begin to soften. Maybe only a little, but a little is enough. Now breathe out and say, I let go. Do not make this sentence too big. Do not think it means you must release everything right now. Letting go can begin with one breath. Letting go can begin with one small weight. Letting go can begin with loosening the hand that has been gripping an old story. Letting go can begin with saying, for tonight I do not need to hold this so tightly. You are allowed to release in a way that feels gentle. You are allowed to let go slowly. You are allowed to give your heart time. With every breath, imagine one small weight leaving your heart. Not all the weight, not the whole past, just one small weight. Maybe it is one worry. Maybe it is one sentence someone said. Maybe it is one question you cannot answer tonight. Maybe it is one piece of guilt. Maybe it is one memory that has been asking for too much attention. Let one small weight loosen. Let it move away from your chest. Let your heart feel a little more space. You do not have to know where the weight goes. You do not have to control the release. You can simply trust that life knows how to receive what your heart is ready to put down. The earth knows how to receive fallen leaves. The sky knows how to receive the dark at night. The body knows how to release breath. Your heart also knows how to release when it feels safe. So tonight, do not force it. Make it safe. Speak gently. Breathe slowly. Stay close to yourself. Breathe in. I am here. Breathe out. I let go. Let this become a quiet rhythm. The words do not need to be loud. They do not need to be perfect. They only need to be kind. If your mind wanders, return gently. If a memory comes, return gently. If your heart feels heavy, return gently. Healing is not about never drifting. Healing is about returning with love. Each time you return to your breath, you are teaching your heart that it can come home. With every breath, my heart becomes lighter. Say it softly. With every breath, my heart becomes lighter. You may not feel light right away. That is okay. The words are not here to pressure you. They are here to guide you. Sometimes the heart becomes lighter before the mind notices. Sometimes the body softens before you have words for it. Sometimes release begins very quietly, like a small door opening in a room that has been closed for a long time. Imagine your heart as a bowl of water that has been stirred all day. Thoughts, worries, memories, and feelings have moved through it again and again. The water has not been still. But now, in this quiet moment, you are not stirring it anymore. You are letting it settle. You are letting the old waves calm down. You are not forcing the water to become clear. You are simply no longer shaking it. This is what rest can do. This is what love can do. This is what one gentle breath can begin. If a thought comes and says, "But what about tomorrow?" answer softly, "Tomorrow can wait for tomorrow." If a thought says, "But what about what happened?" answer softly, "I have carried that long enough for tonight." If a thought says, "But I need to understand," answer softly, "Understanding can come in its time." Rest is allowed now. You are not pushing life away. You are placing things in their right place. The past does not belong in your chest tonight. Tomorrow does not belong in your breath tonight. This moment belongs to peace. Now bring to mind one thing your heart has been holding, only one. Do not search for the biggest wound. Do not force yourself to feel something painful. Let one simple thing come forward. Maybe it is worry. Maybe it is sadness. Maybe it is a tired feeling. Maybe it is the need to be understood. Maybe it is the pressure to be perfect. When it comes, do not judge it. Do not ask why it is still there. Simply say, I see you. Then breathe in, I am here. Breathe out, I let go. You may imagine placing that feeling into your hands. Hold it softly in your mind. Look at it with kindness. This feeling has been trying to tell you something. Maybe it wanted protection. Maybe it wanted love. Maybe it wanted rest. Maybe it wanted truth. Thank it for trying to help you. Then slowly open your hands. Let the feeling leave in the way it is ready to leave. Maybe it floats away like a small cloud. Maybe it sinks into the earth like a stone returning to rest. Maybe it becomes soft light. Use whatever feels easy. Do not make it complicated. The heart understands simple pictures. If the feeling does not leave, do not be upset. Sometimes a feeling does not leave at once. Sometimes it only softens. Sometimes it only becomes less sharp. Sometimes it only feels seen. That is still healing. Do not turn the practice into another reason to judge yourself. If the pain is still there, place your hand on your heart and say, I will not fight you tonight. I will hold you with love. Sometimes being held with love is the first release. With every breath, my heart becomes sure. With every breath, I stop fighting myself. With every breath, I give my body permission to rest. With every breath, I return to peace. Let the words move slowly. There is no hurry here. Night is not asking you to rush. Sleep is not asking you to fix everything first. Your soul is simply asking for softness. Your heart is asking for a safe place to land. Now notice your body. Notice the forehead. Let it soften. Notice the eyes. Let them rest. Notice the jaw. Let it loosen. Notice the throat. Let it release the words it never got to say. Notice the shoulders. Let them drop away from the ears. Notice the chest. Let it be held by the breath. Notice the stomach. Let it stop preparing for danger. Notice the hands. Let them open. Notice the legs. Let them become heavy. Notice the whole body. Let it know you do not have to carry the day anymore. The body may have been holding your heart's pain in quiet ways. It may have been holding worry in the stomach, sadness in the chest, fear in the shoulders, old words in the throat, and tiredness in the bones. Tonight, speak kindly to the body. Say, dear body, thank you for carrying me. Thank you for staying with me. Thank you for holding what I did not know how to release. You can soften now. You can rest now. You do not have to protect me by staying tight. Let your breath become like a gentle wave. It comes in, it goes out. It comes in, it goes out. Nothing to chase, nothing to hold, nothing to prove. The wave does not blame itself for leaving the shore. The breath does not blame itself for releasing. Let your heart learn from the breath. Holding is not the only way to stay alive. Releasing is also life. Softening is also strength. Resting is also part of healing. Now say quietly, I release one layer tonight. Let that be enough. I release one layer tonight. I do not need to release everything. I do not need to understand everything. I do not need to forgive everything at once. I do not need to become a new person before morning. I only release one layer of fear, one layer of guilt, one layer of sadness, one layer of holding, one layer of the old story. One layer is enough for tonight. You may feel a small space inside now, maybe not big, maybe only a tiny space, but let that space matter. Do not reject small peace because it is not complete peace. Do not reject small healing because it is not full healing. The heart becomes free through small, gentle openings. One breath, one kind word, one moment of not blaming yourself. One night where you choose peace instead of replaying the pain. These small moments are not small to the soul. They are new beginnings. With every breath, my heart becomes lighter. Let this sentence be the center now. With every breath, my heart becomes lighter. Maybe your heart feels lighter because you have named what hurt. Maybe it feels lighter because you stopped pretending. Maybe it feels lighter because you gave yourself permission to rest. Maybe it feels lighter because you are no longer asking it to carry tomorrow tonight. However the lightness comes, welcome it gently. Now imagine a soft light around your heart, not bright, not sharp, just warm and gentle. This light does not force anything. It simply comforts. It fills the spaces where old pain has been sitting. It touches the places that have felt alone. It moves through the chest like kindness. Let the light say, you are safe with me. You are loved here. You can rest now. Let your heart receive what it can. There is no pressure. Even a little is enough. If your heart whispers, I am afraid to let go, answer with love. I know. We will go slowly. If your heart whispers, I am tired, answer, you may rest. If your heart whispers, I still hurt, answer, I will not leave you. This is the real practice, not perfect peace, not instant release, but staying with yourself in a new way. The old pattern may have been to ignore, judge, rush, or push. The new pattern is to listen, comfort, breathe, and soften. Breathe in, I am here. Breathe out, I let go. Breathe in, I am safe. Breathe out, I release. Breathe in, I am loved. Breathe out, I rest. Let the words become slower. Let the body become heavier. Let the mind stop needing to work so hard. You have done enough for today. You have carried enough. You have thought enough. You have tried enough. Now your heart can rest in the loving space you are creating. With every breath, my heart becomes lighter. With every breath, the past moves farther from my body. With every breath, the night becomes softer. With every breath, I come back to myself. Tonight, I do not need to hold the whole story. Tonight, I release one layer. Tonight, my heart is allowed to rest. When the heart releases old pain, it needs love to enter the space. It does not need emptiness. It does not need fear. It does not need to wonder what comes now. The heart needs peace. It needs softness. It needs a gentle feeling that says, you are safe without the weight. You are still whole without the pain. You are still connected to life without carrying the old story. So tonight, after release, let peace come in slowly. Do not leave the heart empty. Fill it with kindness. Where pain once lived, let peace enter. Where fear once stayed, let softness return. Where the heart felt tight, let love breathe again. Where old words made you feel small, let gentle words rise. Where worry filled the night, allow trust sit quietly beside you. You are not only letting go tonight, you are receiving something new. You are making room for a softer life inside yourself. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Say it gently. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Maybe peace feels close. Maybe peace feels far away. It does not matter. Invite it anyway. Sometimes peace comes like a wave. Sometimes it comes like a small light under the door. Sometimes it comes as one easy breath after many hard ones. Sometimes it comes as the simple feeling that you do not have to fight right now. Let peace come in whatever way it can. The heart may be used to carrying. It may not know what to do with open space. If your heart has lived with worry for a long time, peace may feel strange at first. If your heart has lived with waiting for a long time, rest may feel unfamiliar. If your heart has lived with old pain for many nights, softness may feel new. Be patient. Do not push peace into the heart. Invite it. Welcome it. Let it sit near you. Let the heart learn that peace is safe. Imagine your heart like a room after a heavy storm. The storm has passed for now. The windows are open. The air is fresh. The floor is still wet in some places. Things may not be perfect, but the room can breathe again. Now place peace inside that room. Place a soft chair there. Place warm light there. Place silence there. Place kindness there. Place the feeling of being held there. Let your heart know that after the storm, it does not need to stay afraid of the sky. Peace is not the same as pretending nothing happened. Peace is the space where your heart can rest after what happened. Peace does not erase your story. It gives your story a softer place to live. Peace does not mean you never feel sadness. It means sadness is no longer alone. Peace does not mean you have every answer. It means you do not need every answer before you can breathe. Peace is gentle. Peace is patient. Peace can sit with unfinished things. Let peace enter your body now. Let it enter the forehead as calm. Let it enter the eyes as rest. Let it enter the throat as freedom. Let it enter the chest as warmth. Let it enter the stomach as safety. Let it enter the hands as release. Let it enter the legs as heaviness. Let it enter the feet as grounding. You do not need to chase it. Just allow the idea of peace to move through you slowly, like warm water, like soft rain, like moonlight resting on the surface of a quiet lake. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Peace is welcome in my mind tonight. Peace is welcome in my body tonight. Peace is welcome in my sleep tonight. Let the words repeat in a slow rhythm. You are not begging for peace. You are opening the door to it. You are saying, there is room for you here. And the more often you welcome peace, the more familiar it becomes. The heart begins to learn that it does not have to choose fear every night. It can choose peace, even a little, even for a moment. Fill the space with safety. Say, I am safe in this moment. Not safe forever, not safe because every part of life is certain, but safe in this breath. Safe enough to relax one muscle. Safe enough to stop one thought. Safe enough to release one layer. Safe enough to sleep. The body does not always need a perfect answer. It needs a present signal of safety. Give it that signal now. I am here. I am breathing. I am safe in this moment. Fill the space with softness. Let your inner voice become soft. Let it stop talking to you like a judge. Let it become more like a loving guide. Say, dear heart, you do not have to be hard tonight. Dear mind, you do not have to know everything. Dear body, you do not have to hold every fear. We can soften now. Softness is not weakness. Softness is the place where healing can move. A hard heart can protect, but a soft heart can receive. Fill the space with trust. Not trust that every person will act the way you want. Not trust that life will always be easy. But trust that you are not alone inside your own heart. Trust that you can meet tomorrow one step at a time. Trust that the wisdom you need can come when the time is right. Trust that rest is not a waste of time. Trust that sleep can help you. Trust that your heart knows how to heal when it is treated with love. Fill the space with comfort. Maybe comfort feels like a warm blanket. Maybe it feels like a hand on the heart. Maybe it feels like a kind sentence. Maybe it feels like the quiet words, "You have done enough for today." Let comfort come in a simple way. You do not need a perfect life to receive comfort. You only need to stop pushing it away. Let comfort be near you. Let it remind you that you are allowed to be cared for, even by your own loving presence. Fill the space with self-love, not the loud kind, not the perfect kind. Just a quiet love that says, "I will not leave myself tonight." That is enough. Self-love before sleep can be very simple. It can be the choice to stop replaying the old pain. It can be turning off the cruel thought. It can be relaxing the body instead of judging it. It can be saying, "I forgive myself." It can be letting one tear come. It can be choosing rest. Tonight, self-love is not a big speech. It is a soft return. Fill the space with quiet hope. Hope does not need to be loud. It does not need to promise that everything will change by morning. Quiet hope simply says, something softer is possible. Quiet hope says, I may not know how, but I am open. Quiet hope says, this pain is not the whole story. Quiet hope says, my heart can feel peace again. Let that hope be small. Small hope is still hope. A small candle still gives light in a dark room. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Let this truth move deeper now. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. I do not need to keep fear as my only friend. I do not need to keep worry as proof that I care. I do not need to keep pain as proof that something mattered. I can welcome peace and still be loving. I can welcome peace and still be wise. I can welcome peace and still remember what I learned. Peace is allowed here. Sometimes when the heart has carried pain for a long time, peace may feel like loss. The heart may think, if I feel peaceful, am I leaving something behind? But peace does not steal love. Peace gives love a cleaner home. Peace does not erase memory. Peace removes the sharp edge from memory. Peace does not make you careless. Peace helps you choose from a clearer place. Let your heart learn this slowly. Peace is not taking anything true from you. Peace is giving you back to yourself. Let peace fill the place where regret has been. Say, I learned what I could. I release the punishment. Let peace fill the place where fear has been. Say, I can meet tomorrow one step at a time. Let peace fill the place where sadness has been. Say, my heart is allowed to be tender and still rest. Let peace fill the place where old love has been hurting. Say, I bless what was and I return to myself. Let peace fill the place where guilt has been. Say, I am allowed to heal. Now imagine peace as a soft blanket over your heart. It does not cover your feelings to hide them. It covers them to warm them. Your sadness can rest under this blanket. Your fear can rest. Your regret can rest. Your longing can rest. Your tiredness can rest. Nothing inside you needs to be pushed out into the cold. Every part can be held with peace, even the parts that are not ready to let go, even the parts that still ache, even the parts that still ask why. Peace can hold them all. This is how you become a safe home for yourself. You stop making parts of you wrong. You stop saying, this feeling should not be here. Instead, you say, this feeling is here and I bring peace to it. You stop saying, I should be healed by now. Instead, you say, I am healing in the way my heart can receive. You stop saying, I cannot rest until everything is fixed. Instead, you say, rest helps me heal. Rest is part of the path. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Peace is welcome in the spaces where I used to hold fear. Peace is welcome in the memories that still feel sharp. Peace is welcome in the places where I have been hard on myself. Peace is welcome in the questions I cannot answer. Peace is welcome in my breath. Peace is welcome in my sleep. Peace is welcome in the quiet room of my heart. Let the old space become new. The space that once held worry can hold trust. The space that once held regret can hold self-forgiveness. The space that once held pain can hold compassion. The space that once held fear can hold calm. The space that once held longing can hold love for yourself. You are not empty when you release. You are open. You are not losing yourself. You are making room for the self who has been waiting under the weight. If you feel a little lighter, let yourself receive that. Do not question it. Do not say, it will not last. Do not push peace away because you are afraid to lose it. Just receive this moment. Peace does not have to last forever to be real. One peaceful breath is real. One gentle thought is real. One soft moment before sleep is real. Let it count. Let the small good count. Let the heart learn that peace can come back again and again. Tonight, you are allowed to rest in the space you have made. You released one layer, and now peace enters that layer. You loosened one old thought, and now kindness can sit there. You opened one small window, and now fresh air can move through. This is enough. This is beautiful. This is the quiet work of healing. No one else may see it, but your soul knows, your body knows, your heart knows. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. Let it be the final message of this section. Peace is welcome in my heart tonight. I do not close the door to softness. I do not push away comfort. I do not keep choosing fear because fear is familiar. I welcome peace. I welcome rest. I welcome a softer way. I welcome the loving feeling that I am safe enough to sleep. Now let these words move slowly into the deeper part of your mind. Do not rush them. Do not try to hold them tightly. Let them float. Let them settle. Let them become the last gentle message your heart receives tonight. Before sleep, the subconscious mind listens in a tender way. It does not need long speeches. It needs simple, loving words repeated with warmth. It needs words that tell the body, "You are safe now." It needs words that tell the heart, "You can rest now." It needs words that tell the mind, "You do not have to solve everything tonight." I release this day. Say it softly inside yourself. I release this day. I release the conversations. I release the noise. I release the small mistakes. I release the things I did not finish. I release the pressure to go back and fix every moment. This day has done what it came to do. It taught me. It moved through me. It gave me chances to learn, feel, choose, and breathe. And now I release it. I do not need to carry the whole day into sleep. I forgive myself. I forgive myself for the moments I felt afraid. I forgive myself for the moments I felt tired. I forgive myself for the moments I did not know what to say. I forgive myself for the moments I reacted from pain. I forgive myself for being human. I forgive myself for needing rest. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I forgive myself for still healing. I forgive myself for not knowing then what I know now. I let forgiveness become soft inside me. I let my heart rest. My heart does not have to hold every memory tonight. My heart does not have to solve every feeling tonight. My heart does not have to protect me by staying tight. My heart can soften. My heart can breathe. My heart can sleep. My heart can trust that tomorrow does not need to be carried in this moment. I let my heart rest in love. I am safe in this moment. I am here. I am breathing. I am held by this night. I do not need to travel into the past. I do not need to run into the future. I can stay here in this simple breath. This moment is enough. This breath is enough. This soft place inside me is enough. I am safe in this moment. I do not need to solve everything tonight. The mind may want answers, but the heart needs rest. The mind may want control, but the body needs peace. The mind may want to search, replay, and plan, but tonight I choose softness. I can place the unsolved things down. I can let them wait outside the door of sleep. I can trust that rest will help me see more clearly when morning comes. My body is relaxing. My forehead is soft. My eyes are resting. My jaw is loose. My shoulders are dropping. My chest is opening. My stomach is softening. My hands are releasing. My legs are becoming heavy. My whole body is receiving the message of peace. I thank my body for carrying me. I bless my body with rest. I let my body relax without guilt. My mind is becoming quiet. thought by thought, the noise becomes softer. I do not need to follow every idea. I do not need to answer every fear. I do not need to believe every worry. Thoughts can pass like clouds. I can watch them and return to peace. I can let the mind become a quiet sky. I can let the night hold what I cannot hold. My heart is becoming free, not all at once, not by force, but gently, breath by breath, my heart is becoming free. Free from one layer of guilt, free from one layer of fear, free from one layer of old sadness, free from one layer of waiting, free from one layer of pain that has stayed too long. My heart is learning that it can release and still be safe. I trust life to support me. I may not see every answer tonight. I may not know every step. I may not understand every reason, but I can trust that life has many ways to guide me. I can trust that rest is part of support. I can trust that peace is not far away from me. I can trust that I do not have to carry everything alone. I trust life to support me in gentle ways. Tomorrow can meet a softer version of me. I do not need to wake with the same heavy heart. I do not need to carry the same old fear into the morning. I can sleep with kindness tonight and wake with a little more space tomorrow. Maybe the whole world will not change by morning, but I can change the way I meet it. I can be softer. I can be calmer. I can be more loving toward myself. Tomorrow can meet a softer version of me. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. Let that line be slow. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. Peace in my thoughts, peace in my body, peace in my breath, peace in the places that have felt heavy, peace in the memories that still need healing, peace in the questions that are not answered yet, peace in the heart that has carried so much. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. I am allowed to rest. I do not need to earn rest by being perfect. I do not need to earn rest by finishing everything. I do not need to earn rest by making everyone happy. I am allowed to rest because I am human. I am allowed to rest because my body needs care. I am allowed to rest because my heart has been faithful. I am allowed to rest because peace is part of life. I release what is too heavy for tonight. I release the fear I cannot fix right now. I release the memory I have replayed enough. I release the old words that are not mine. I release the need to understand everything before sleeping. I release the pressure to be strong every second. I release one layer and let love hold the rest. I am kind to myself now. My inner voice becomes softer. I do not speak to myself with anger tonight. I do not call myself weak for feeling. I do not call myself behind for healing slowly. I do not call myself wrong for needing comfort. I speak to myself like someone precious. I speak to myself like someone worth loving. I speak to myself like someone I will not abandon. My heart is safe with me. If sadness comes, I will meet it gently. If fear comes, I will breathe with it. If regret comes, I will offer forgiveness. If longing comes, I will hold it with care. I do not need to run from myself. I can be a safe place for my own heart. My heart is safe with me. I keep the wisdom and release the pain. I keep what helped me grow. I keep what taught me truth. I keep what made me kinder, wiser, stronger, and more awake. But I release the suffering that does not need to stay. I release the wound that has done its teaching. I release the weight that no longer belongs in my sleep. I keep the wisdom and release the pain. I am loved in this quiet moment. Love does not have to be loud to be real. Love can be a breath. Love can be rest. Love can be a soft word. Love can be my own hand on my heart. Love can be the choice to stop hurting myself with old thoughts. Love call, and be the peace that comes when I allow myself to soften. I am loved in this quiet moment. I let sleep receive me. I do not fight the night. I do not hold the day. I do not chase every thought. I let sleep come near like a gentle friend. I let my body become heavy. I let my mind become quiet. I let my heart become soft. I let sleep receive me with peace. I am safe to let go. I am safe to rest. I am safe to be still. I am safe to stop carrying what is too much. I am safe to release one layer. I am safe to be held by the quiet. I am safe to trust this breath. I am safe to sleep. Tonight I sleep with peace in my heart. Tonight I release what my heart has been holding. Tonight I forgive myself. Tonight I bless my body. Tonight I soften my mind. Tonight I return to my soul. Tonight I let love be the last voice I hear inside me. Tonight I sleep with peace in my heart. Let these words become a soft blanket over your thoughts. You do not have to remember every line. You do not have to repeat them perfectly. Let one sentence stay. Maybe it is, I release this day. Maybe it is, I forgive myself. Maybe it is, I am safe to rest. Maybe it is, tonight I sleep with peace in my heart. One sentence is enough. One loving thought can guide the deeper mind into rest. The subconscious mind does not need fear tonight. It does not need old stories. It does not need harsh words. It does not need more pressure. It needs peace. It needs safety. It needs love. So give it love. Give it the feeling that you are not at war with yourself. Give it the sound of kindness. Give it the simple truth that rest is allowed now. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. Let this be the final message you place into the night. Let the body hear it. Let the heart receive it. Let the mind become quiet around it. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. Let this night hold what you are ready to release. Let the quiet around you become kind. Let sleep become a soft river, carrying away the weight your heart no longer needs to hold. You do not have to understand everything before you rest. You do not have to know how tomorrow will unfold. You do not have to keep your mind awake to prove that you care. Tonight, caring for yourself means softening. Tonight, loving yourself means releasing. Tonight, healing means allowing your heart to rest. Let tomorrow receive a lighter you, not a perfect you, not a you with no feelings, not a you who has solved every problem, a lighter you. A you who placed down one small weight before sleep. A you who stopped blaming yourself for needing time. A you who spoke to the heart with kindness. A you who allowed peace to enter the space where pain had been. That is enough. That is beautiful. That is healing. You do not need to carry yesterday into tomorrow. You can carry wisdom instead. You can carry softness instead. You can carry a little more trust. You can carry the memory that you are allowed to release. You can carry the truth that your peace matters too. The old story may try to follow you, but it does not have to lead you. The old pain may still speak sometimes, but it does not have to be the loudest voice. Tomorrow can meet a heart that is learning a new way. Before sleep tonight, I release what my heart has been holding. I am safe. I am loved. I am free to rest. Let these words become a blessing. Before sleep tonight, I release what my heart has been holding. I am safe. I am loved. I am free to rest. Say them slowly. Let them move through the body. Let them touch the places that have been tired. Let them touch the mind that has been working too hard. Let them touch the heart that has been waiting for permission to soften. May your heart feel safe enough to let go of one layer. May your mind become quiet enough to rest. May your body feel supported by the night. May the memories that have been sharp begin to lose their edge. May the worries that have felt large become smaller in the arms of sleep. May the old words that hurt you lose their power. May the loving words you speak tonight become stronger inside you. May you forgive yourself for the weight you carried. May you forgive yourself for not knowing how to release it sooner. May you forgive yourself for the nights you spent thinking too much. May you forgive yourself for being afraid. May you forgive yourself for loving deeply. May you forgive yourself for needing time. May your own heart become a softer place to live. May you release the people who are no longer meant to live in your chest. May you release the moments that keep asking for your peace. May you release the words that were never true about your soul. May you release the waiting that has made your heart tired. May you release the need to suffer in order to prove that something mattered. May you release one layer tonight, and may that one layer be enough. Let sleep become your gentle helper. Let it wash the mind. Let it calm the body. Let it hold the heart. Let it bring softness where there has been pressure. Let it bring quiet where there has been noise. Let it bring space where there has been heaviness. Let sleep remind you that life does not ask you to carry everything every moment. There is a time to hold, and there is a time to release. Tonight is a time to release. If the mind tries to return to the old thought, bring it back softly. Say, "Not tonight. Tonight, I choose peace." If the heart tries to hold the old pain, bring it back softly. Say, "Not tonight. Tonight, I let one layer go." If fear asks for your attention, bring it back softly. Say, "Not tonight. Tonight, I rest in love." Gay. You do not have to fight the old pattern. You only have to return to the new one, gently, again and again. There is no shame in beginning again. There is no shame in needing another breath, another prayer, another soft word. Healing is made of many returns. You return to the heart. You return to the breath. You return to kindness. You return to peace. And each return teaches the body something new. Each return tells the heart, "I will not leave you." Each return tells the soul, "We are learning to live with love." Let tomorrow receive a lighter you. Let tomorrow receive a you who is not carrying the full weight of yesterday. Let tomorrow receive a you who has allowed the night to help. Let tomorrow receive a you who remembers that rest is not weakness. Let tomorrow receive a you who can say, "I am still healing, and I am still worthy of peace." Before sleep tonight, release what your heart has been holding. Release the worry that cannot help you now. Release the regret that has taught you enough for tonight. Release the sadness that needs to soften. Release the fear that says you must stay awake to be safe. Release the old words that made you feel small. Release the pressure to be strong every second. Release the need to understand every ending. Release one layer. One layer is enough. And now, let love be the last thing your heart hears. Not fear, not blame, not pressure. Love, a quiet love, a simple love, a love that says, "Rest now," a love that says, "You have carried enough," a love that says, "I am here with you," a love that says, "Tomorrow can be met tomorrow," a love that says, "Tonight you are safe to sleep." Before sleep tonight, I release what my heart has been holding. I am safe. I am loved. I am free to rest. Let these words stay close as the night deepens. Let them become softer and softer. Let them become the doorway into sleep. Let them become the quiet truth beneath every thought. Let them hold you gently until the body no longer needs to stay awake. Now let the whole day move away from you. Let it step back. Let it become softer. You do not need to follow it anymore. You do not need to bring every part of it into your sleep. The day is complete enough. You are complete enough. This moment is enough. Let your heart feel the kindness of ending the day without attacking yourself. Let your body feel the safety of not being asked to carry more. Let your mind feel the peace of being allowed to stop. Tonight, you have listened to your heart. You have named what it carried. You have learned that release is not loss. You have forgiven yourself for holding too much. You have released one layer of people, moments, and words that no longer belong inside your peace. You have breathed with your heart. You have welcomed peace into the empty space. You have given your subconscious gentle words for the night. And now you can rest. There is nothing more you need to do right now. No more proving. No more fixing. No more replaying. No more asking why. No more holding your breath around what cannot be changed tonight. Let the body become heavy. Let the heart become quiet. Let the mind become still. The night is here, and you are allowed to receive it. If something still feels unfinished, let it be unfinished and rest anyway. If a feeling still remains, let it remain softly and rest anyway. If a question has no answer tonight, let it wait and rest anyway. Rest is not only for the days when everything is clear. Rest is also for the days when the heart is tired, the mind is full, and the soul needs peace more than it needs another answer. You are allowed to sleep with an open question and a soft heart. You are allowed to sleep before everything is healed. You are allowed to sleep before everyone understands. You are allowed to sleep before the future feels certain. You are allowed to sleep because you are human, because your body needs care, because your heart deserves kindness, and because tomorrow does not need your fear tonight. Let this be your final inner whisper. I release this day. I forgive myself. I let my heart rest. I am safe in this moment. I do not need to solve everything tonight. My body is relaxing. My mind is becoming quiet. My heart is becoming free. I trust life to support me. Tomorrow can meet a softer version of me. Tonight, I sleep with peace in my heart. Let peace cover your thoughts now. Let love soften your chest. Let the breath become easy. Let sleep come closer. You have done enough. You have carried enough. You have listened enough. Now let the heart rest from trying to understand everything. Let the soul rest from carrying what was never meant to be held forever. Let the body rest from the weight of old stories. Before sleep tonight, I release what my heart has been holding. I am safe. I am loved. I am free to rest.